I'm showing you version 1.0 of a spray booth I constructed. I'll be working on version 2.0 probably after this weekend. And so I had a couple goals in mind with creating this spray booth. I wanted to have a nice clean place to work, and also I wanted to make sure that I capture as much overspray as possible and not contaminate the outside air. So what I'm going to do is walk around the booth. I'll show you some of the features and just kind of talk a little bit about how I constructed this booth, and then some changes I'm going to be making in version 2.0. So the booth itself is 1¼ inch 80 schedule PVC. That's what it's made out of, and then it's wrapped in 2 mil plastic right now. I'm going to be going to a 6 mil plastic just to give myself a little bit more durability, and so I can also take the booth down and store it away and not have to worry about the plastic tearing. And I got the PVC online. I got it from a contractor on Craigslist for $30, so it was a really great deal. I priced it at Home Depot and it was about $200. Down here, these little tees were actually probably the most expensive part of the booth. Those were $2 a piece, and I actually had to buy 40 of them, so that was pretty expensive. Two box fans, one there and one here. And then I have these styrofoam paint arrestor filters I got on autobodytoolmart.com. And those capture overspray. That's their main job. And you can use those up to 20 times. I paid $6 for each one of those. And then between the box fan and the paint arrestor filter, I have it's just a standard furnace filter to filter the air a little bit more before it hits the box fans. I may end up going to a couple more high-powered fans just because the box fans it doesn't feel like they're moving the air quite as much as I'd like. So that's one change I may make. The other change, if I do go to high-powered fans, is to add these AC carbon filters in place. And what they do is they help to control the odor, especially some of the fumes. So that's what I'll be probably putting in place if I do go to a high-powered fan or fans. Back here in the corner, I made a little cutout, and then I installed a piece of the PVC in there with some duct tape. And what that's used for is just to route the air hose through there. And then once the air hose is routed through there, I'll be sealing that opening off with duct tape. So we're going to walk around to the front, or what previously was the front of the booth. So I constructed this door here. There's an inner door and an outer door actually. So when I'm on the inside, I can seal the booth from the inside, and when I'm on the outside, I can seal the booth from the outside. And really what they were is just 2 mil plastic, and then I had some automotive tape on the edges to seal it up against the wall plastic. One problem I had was after a while inside the booth, the overspray accumulated, so I wasn't getting a very good seal. So I decided just to duct tape these off and kind of close off these openings, and then I went to something a little different. So here's what I ended up going to. Went to this straight zipper here. It's called a zipper door. And after using this once or twice, I realized that this wasn't going to work either. So I have another zipper door coming, and that's called the Dad's zipper door, DAD''S. I got that on eBay for $30, and what that is more of it's got a wide opening as opposed to this straight opening. So that should be here next week. And the size on that was 30 inches by 72 inches, so it's a pretty good size opening. So I can take things in and bring things out fairly easily. One addition I made recently was I added this acrylic in place. because I wasn't getting very good lighting inside the booth. I was having a tough time seeing, and I was missing spots when I was painting. So I put this acrylic in place. I got that at Home Depot for $14, and that's 20 inches by 32 inches, and it's 0.093 inches thick. And I didn't want to get the really thick acrylic because of the weight. I didn't want it to, tear the plastic or anything. So that's why I went to that thickness of acrylic. And then I just have this halogen light fixture mounted behind it. So that's that. We're going to go ahead and go inside now. So here's a shot of the acrylic from the inside. And it gets fairly dusty fairly quickly. So you can just take a microfiber cloth and just wipe that down, and that should take care of that. You don't want to use anything really abrasive on it because you'll scratch the acrylic. Shot of the paint arrestor filters from the inside. I'll probably be building some frames for these just because I want to be able to put these in and take them out fairly quickly. But right now they're just duct taped in place. In the corner I have a piece of cardboard there, and on this side here, and that's just to test the spray pattern. Give you a shot of the ceiling so you can see how tight that is. It's drawn very tightly, and it's not sagging anywhere. So yeah, this is a very sturdy booth, and you could use this outside without any problem. In the corner here, I have a little stand or a table that I made. There's a simple 2x6s there that were screwed together. And then on that table, I have a little stand. That's a black stand I got at Harbor Freight for paint guns, and so I can set the gun down between coats of paint, and then also strain the paint right there in the booth. There's some supplies. And I'll be covering these supplies up with plastic just so they don't get a bunch of overspray on them. So that's it from inside here. One thing on the front. These are just standard furnace filters, and those just filter the incoming air. So the thought with this booth is, once I'm done using it, these walls, I should be able to take the elbow pieces down. So those little corner elbow pieces, take those down. There's 4 top and bottom, and then all the walls I can just store away, in a corner of my garage here. I can just set them up against the side wall of my garage, and then when I'm ready to paint again, I just pull it back out and attach the elbow pieces, and I'm done. And the one thing I will be doing is, instead of this, I think I mentioned this already, if not, what I'll be doing is going to a 6mm plastic instead of a 2mm plastic, so that I make it a little more durable. So I won't have to worry about any tears when I take the walls down and store them away. So we're going to go back outside. So here's some of the cut up PVC that's left over. And I used the miter saw here to cut the PVC. And you just want to be very careful when you're cutting PVC with a miter saw, because it generates a lot of heat, and that heat produces toxic gas, from the PVC being cut. So you want to wear a respirator and also open a door or a window when you're cutting it. There's a shot of my air compressor, 33-gallon Craftsman. And that's pretty much it. So thanks to Tony at LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com. I really enjoy your videos. They're very great teaching tools. I've learned a lot about painting and auto body work. So keep up the good work there. And thanks a lot to everyone for watching this video. I'll be working on version 2.0 of the spray booth right after I get done painting this spoiler. So stay tuned. Thanks a lot. Bye.